March, International Women's Day. I'm sure you've seen it, you've heard it, but it's never like hearing it on the standpoint. And today we do have a program. Did you hear the applause? Let's go again. Of course, we are not there yet. 25 years on. Charlie, still a lot to be done. But today we can pause and celebrate small. If for nothing at all, they know we are there. They've seen us. They've heard our voices. They know that if they say we shall say So they are being more careful. But today we do have a program for you. Women's rights, 25 years on. We are going to hear stories. We have amazing young women from across the board here. I have the excellent panel for you, and we're going to have a discussion. From today to go, as they say, things will have to change. And this song comes to mind. Konkro inkwe ya santua oba besi okonfremane waibia maye. Konkro inkwe ya santua. Ya santua. Today, we will celebrate those who paved the path for us, those who have done their bit and are sitting back watching us and waiting to see how far we'll carry it on. We'll also celebrate our generation, what we are doing. We'll celebrate those who are coming after us and hope and pray that generations to come will continue this, because this is a never-ending journey. Until we are there, we will not stop. Thank you for tuning in to The Standpoint. Let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. My dress was made for me by Brie Radio. Makeup by Maybelline New York, applied by Nax Beauty Studio. And of course, I always fix my hair at Exotic Trends Marina Mall. We take a break. When we come back, 25 years on, women's rights. Now, don't roll your eyes. If you're a man, you better sit and listen. Today is our day. You taste? We'll be back.
To the women who inspire, thank you for the push to always do better. To the boss ladies who keep it lit while handling their business, cheers. To the Facebookers and those who do it for the gram, we see you, fam. To the mothers, friends and sisters who are there for others and still do great things for themselves, you are the real MVPs.
For every occasion, we've graced alongside you, for making us a part of all you do. GTP has come this far because of you. Yet Damase. We love you, God. Thank you for the gift of you.
Water gives life. Water is life. Enjoy the pure, refreshing taste of Awake purified drinking water, which comes in a uniquely designed bottle with a lemon green tap. Water is your perfect way to stay hydrated. And remember, for every bottle you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Ghana. Awake purified drinking water. One for life.
For bulk purchase, contact 0262 351 251.
Welcome back to The Standpoint. Yes, today is our day, International Women's Day. Thank God it falls on Sunday. Should tomorrow be a holiday? No, we don't even want it. You know, we celebrate ourselves each and every day. But today, the whole world is aware that, yes, we did, and we are not giving up. It's been 25 years, and we're still going strong. 25 years on, women's rights. Where are we? What have we done What have we achieved? What have been has been the challenges, and where are we going? Well, let me say thank you to my sponsors. GTP, you say our style is ageless, our patterns limitless, and our designs are endless. Our beauty never fades. GTP, timeless. Before I introduce my panelists, let me acknowledge in the studio Young Urban Women Movement from Action Aid. Woo! Good to see you all. Today is our day, International Women's Day. But on the panel, I have my extreme left, my prodigal sister, who has come home on this very important day. Somebody say hallelujah. Amen. She is Ajua Bame. Ajua Bame is the Executive Director of WISE. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day, my sister.
Next to Ajua is another trouble sister. You know, Wallahi. Wallahi. This one, her. She's Bashira to Kamal, and she's a feminist. And I have to hold my new, but anyway, this new iPad Air, 64 gig, gold plated, donated. In fact, it's a gift from Yehovah Dumbaden for my 50th birthday. So let me hold it well and read. Gender and labor expert, and she is a feminist as well, and she's a Muslim, and she's a mother, and she's a wife, yes, and she's a feminist. Good to have you back on the standpoint, Baj. How did the hijab thing go?
Well, now we are happy to say that we have it on the table being discussed, and one of the good things that came out of the hijab campaign is because we work with the Office of the Chief Imam.
Right.
When they were reviewing the Marriage Act, they invited the team to be part of it at the Office of the Chief Imam. And they had never had women in a stakeholders discussion. So it was good.
That's good to know. And next to Bash is Kina Lekimani. The woman people keep asking, is she a Ghanaian? And I asked, have you heard her speak Fanti before? It's as if she can't speak a word in English.
Yes, yes.
When she's speaking Fanti. Kina is a feminist and also director of Odiko.
Odiko, yes.
Why the name Odiko?
We do parliamentary monitoring. So we chose a name like to give some power behind us because, you know, we're a small organization, we're a young organization, and we didn't want people to be like, well, the MPs were like, well, who are these people? They called us a rogue organization. So
I was going to say.
They said we're a rogue organization.
In every traditional setting, the Odikros cause trouble.
So here we are. We have arrived, yes.
So you're there to cause trouble.
Yeah.
Kina, 25 years old.
Yes. Oh.
How far have we come? Do you even remember the Beijing conference? What happened?
I was young. What I remember is my mother went. and I remember that it was an important event, you know. My mother is Marty the writer.
Yes.
So all my life she's gone to these conferences.
Who will be 80 years this month?
My mother will be 80.
80
this
years,
month in March.
yes, March. Yes.
So she did a lot of, obviously, as a writer, she attended a lot of conferences. But when there were these big ones, it was a momentous thing in her life, so much that we would all talk about it.
Right.
One of them was Festac 77. I was young, and it was a big festival of African arts and culture, African Americans in Nigeria. It was a big thing. And then the Beijing trip happened. And I think at that time, I don't remember where I was, but I was too young to go. But it was a seminal event in her life. And that's what and so there's always this thing where women who went, you know, they are very special.
Yes,
Very
special.
They whatever we do, they went to Beijing.
They went to Beijing. Kina, have we been able to carry on that excitement?
Well, I would say it's not about excitement. It's hard work.
Yes.
And so the question to really ask is, have we been able to carry on the commitment?
Right.
And I would say yes, we have. We, women's rights, feminist women's rights advocates, we've carried on the commitment. Across the globe, certain governments have matched the efforts. And then, of course, we have our across the globe, certain governments or certain national agendas have not.
Right.
So that to the extent that Ghana itself, within these past 25 years, has made progress on certain key things like access to education, that has enabled women's movements, right? And has enabled certain freedoms to accrue to women.
Right.
But when we look specifically at what our struggle is and what the barriers to our freedom has been and continue to be in these past 25 years, it's mixed. Very mixed. I would say that we were saying this before. I think the women's movement in Ghana has done a lot and will always continue to do so. But the ways in which the other sectors, government, media, all these other parts should match our efforts to free women, that has not been. We haven't been met equally in our efforts.
Right. You know, actually, I talk about the excitement because that time, 95, there was some kind of spirit among the womanhood. I mean, that unifying environment where everybody wanted to be a part of. People send your girl child to school. I mean, radio, TV, but it seems we have lost that thing. That national unity when it comes to the women front.
Yes, and maybe I would rather use momentum.
Momentum, okay.
Yes, not excitement. Because sometimes you go through so many things. It's like you're pouring water on stone. And you're not seeing the benefits of doing that. So, and you get tired. You're human. You know, you get tired. But then, for us as members of the women's movement, we have to have one thing at the back of our minds. Until those goals have been achieved, we don't have any excuse. And that's why I'm happy that the new generation, the younger ones, are coming up. Yeah? And I'm hoping that they'll find something in actually carrying on these things. Because at the end of the day, the generation after you is going to hold you responsible.
Yeah.
Like you are holding us responsible. We are trying. We cannot do it all. But we'll certainly hand over. I mean, hey, some of us are senior citizens, so we will certainly hand over. And you have
Don't you even go there.
Well, hey, what do you say? No, but that's the truth. You can't do this forever. I know that on one of the platforms, I said if the affirmative action bill was passed into law, then I'll give another 20 years of my life. And it's like nothing is happening, you know. But it's important that we keep fighting. Because, let's face it, 25 years, we have achieved some. When you talk about laws, legal provisions, and those things, we always have an issue with implementation. And implementation, even when we have taken one step forward, we end up taking another two back. And it's like we're back, we've gone even further, you know, back. So we are not sure exactly what. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And when you look at the success stories, most of it is like civil society led. Civil society is only helping. So until we have a government that says that I'm committed to all these 12 goals that we need to achieve under the Beijing platform for action, we cannot get there. It's interesting that Ghana is almost always one of the first to sign up onto these things. And I mean, there have been, you know, in March, the UN has this Commission on the Status of Women, you know, where we are reporting on all our commitments. And I remember one of the few meetings I sat in, the minister at the time it was MOAC, finished her presentation and in fact, during the presentation, I tapped a colleague of mine. I said, she's speaking about the Ghana that we just came from.
I know, right?
Is she really talking about the Ghana or there's another Ghana we are talking about? So for me, I'm sad because we know the right things to do. Because when we go out there, we say it. So why wouldn't we do it at home so that when we say it out there, people, exactly.
Even sometimes, honestly, these conferences, the makeup of the team that goes.
Don't go there.
I'm going there.
I know, right? Don't go there.
The makeup of the team, they pick one or two from civil society who are actually doing the work. And they fill it with political, women's wing.
You are working hard. Don't go there.
We fought in 2019 at CSW. In New York. Yeah. Because when we went for the Ghana side event, I mean, we had a program earlier, and we were first and foremost angry because they know that every year NetRight attends with a team and even prepares a shadow report. Right. And the team that NetRight comes with is not an ordinary team of experts. Yes. Everyone is an expert, and you have people working in different fields, labor, academia, people working in economic justice, land rights, and other things. So we got to the room. Our minister was nowhere to be found. Mm-hmm. 2 people were looking for her already. And the worst was that we noticed on the program, the panelists from Ghana were all men. So all the panelists were men talking about the journey of women's rights in Ghana. And it was only the moderator who was female. And the director of the ministry stepped in for the minister and read her statement or speech or whatever it was. So we were very angry. And at the end of the program, it wasn't business as usual, where we take Jamaica there. We actually stood against them because it was...
You confronted them?
Oh, yeah, we did. Because we were about 4 young women amongst the team. And whilst the others were like, oh, the elderly ones go take it. We said, no, we are not taking it again. Yeah. Because we do not understand why you come all the way from Ghana to a program like this to talk about women and children's rights, and you have no woman panelists there to talk about the issues. And then you just come and disgrace us, and all of us are sitting here as Ghanaians. Yes. And people see us, people listen to us talk, and they are like, wow, and you are from Ghana. And we showcased this. I mean, it was an eyesore. But we were happy that we registered our displeasure and made it known to them that they should do their homework before they go. It's not about politics. It's about the well-being of Ghanaians. And that is what all of us are interested in.
I'm sure Kina wasn't there.
No, she wasn't.
Otherwise, the five of you, well, we'll be back.
To the women who inspire, thank you for the push to always do better. To the boss ladies who keep it lit while handling their business. Cheers. To the Facebookers and those who do it for the gram, we see you, fam. To the mothers, friends and sisters who are there for others and still do great things for themselves. You are the real MVPs.
For every occasion, we've graced alongside you for making us a part of all you do. GTP has come this far because of you. Yet Damasi. We love you, God. Thank you for the gift of you.
Hi, my name is Ohineyere Gifty Auntie. I'm an author. Have you had your copies of my books yet? Yes. Currently, I have 3 books. One is already on the market, A Bit of Me. Now, A Bit of Me is arguably the most inspirational book when it comes to Ghana. Within a week, it became #1 on Amazon under the survival biographies category. Yes, that's how powerful it's been. Many testimonies have come out of it. Now, when I turned 50 recently on 23rd January, we came out with a special birthday edition of it. Nicely designed, as you can see. It has the kente, and that kente, by the way, is called Gifty Auntie Kente, design on it. And then we have the gold 50th birthday edition embossed on it. So it's a special edition. It's out there. Now, my second and third books are 50 Nuggets at 50. The 50 Nuggets is about my 50 experiences in my 50 years on earth. 50 of my experiences on earth in the 50 years that I've been around. I mean, you read, you think you know me, you'll be shocked. You know, you will laugh, you will cry, but you get to know me better, and you get to know yourself better as well. And the third book, I call it The Best of You. The Best of You. The slogan for the hashtag for my first book, A Bit of Me, is be the best version of yourself. The best of you encourages you to bring out the best in you. I mean, you can see yourself through this book as if you're looking through the mirror. It's just to encourage you, to motivate you daily. Short quotes, but they are very powerful to keep you going. So please, We have the vendors on screen now. Get in touch with them. Get your copies of it. If you're watching this before March, the 2 books, 50 Nuggets at 50 and The Best of You, will be available in the first week of March. But until then, you can call 0543-618182 and pre-order those 2 books. The 50 Nuggets at 50 comes in hardcover. So yes, it's a very special book as well. And then when it's out in March, you can contact any of the vendors and you get your copies to read and to enjoy. Remember, it's all about you. Today's readers are tomorrow's leaders. We all aim to be the best of ourselves. Thank you. Welcome back to The Standpoint. Again, I say thank you to Kodam's Gifts and Stationery for supporting us. Good God yogurt. Every woman needs a good yogurt. And if you have to go for it, go for Good God yogurt. And of course, Cake Technique International. We are grateful to them. Awake Purified Mineral Water and Royal Drinks by Casa Preco Company Limited. House of Foods, Antivera, always grateful. Yep Cleaning Services. They take care of our environment and any program you have, even if you want your house to be clean for you, contact them. They will do it for you. Juice Time, 100% fruit juices. We are so grateful. And Mame Fridays Bakery and Catering Services. Dream Oval per our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh. Yes, that's our website. Now, this program is aired on 5 platforms. We are on Joy Prime on Sundays at 6:30 p.m., on Praise TV on Saturdays at 4:30 p.m., Facebook Live on Sundays at 8 p.m., and then on YouTube Sundays 8 p.m., and then our website www.thestandpoint.com.gh. But 25 years on, Bash, we've talked about the journey, but have we chalked some success, real successes?
Well, I think we have. I actually believe we have. Because I always tell people that I'm a product of Beijing. Even though I was not there, I benefited from the outcome.
Yes.
Because Network for Women's Rights Organizations in Ghana was born after Beijing.
Yes.
After 5 years when they were looking at the successes and where the lapses are, and they decided to have a collective front, and they started Netright. And it was through Netright that some of us had mentors like Auntie Ajua, Tachua Menu, Rosemary Sakuti, Amida Harrison, Patricia. That's how it has been.
I know.
Yes.
Right?
And then Dr. Ofe Abuaje, Professor Brichum, and all of them. So when they took the decision to come together to have a common front to advance the cause of women in Ghana, then they decided to also mentor young women. And that is when they started with some of us from the National Union of Ghana Students.
Right.
So when they see a young lady who had won a position back then they bring you on board. Sometimes Abantu did that the most, and Abantu was even printing posters for young women who were contesting elections on campuses, and they were encouraging them. And then we, the ones who were already with them, they encouraged us to get more young women and bring them on board so that they could train them and get them to contest for positions on campus and even in NUCs. So I think we've done so well. But when it comes to on the national level, I would say that to some extent, there has been some successes. We had the Labor Act, for instance, 2003, which had provisions that protect the employment of women and helps more women to enter the labor market, even though it's not much. But at least it's something that protects women's employment and keeps them in the labor market and help them to have economic independence, which was also good. And we've had a gender policy now that says that at any point in time, there should be at least 40% representation of women.
That's what it says.
That's what it says, but that is not what is being done. But we have all the beautiful laws. We've graduated from having the National Commission for Women, whatever. Now we have a ministry. I mean, it's been...
A ministry for what?
Women.
Really? We have a ministry for women.
Gender and social protection. Gender and social protection.
Exactly.
It used to be women, and now it became gender because...
But have you realized over the years...
The concentration.
Apart from the concentration, utterances by people who are supposed to lead that ministry, it's making these statements like men are also allowed, men are also being abused, men are also doing this, men are also being... So there is that deliberate...
You know why?
Exactly.
You know why? It's because of what Auntie Adjoa mentioned about implementation. As for the thing, we would do it. We will applaud. We will do the fanfare to commission it and everything. But it's about who you put in charge. Until we decide as a nation to take politics out of the well-being of the people of Ghana, we will never get anywhere. That's why sometimes when people discuss the issue about the winner takes all, I say that if you feel that Kina is not a member of MPP or NDC and you are in power and Kina is the one who can do the job, put Kina there. But we have not gotten there. I'm not sure we can even get there.
But let me come to Kina. That's another, debate. Because we've seen people put there, and when they started creating this gender ministry, where people we thought were in the gutters, dirtying their hands. Once they get there, things change. They are being pressured. They are being attacked to do what the party in power wants. And therefore, that purpose, that reason, that agenda, that fight that we all supported and pushed. I wrote on Facebook quite recently that I put my neck on the line for somebody because I'm sure that that person goes into a ministry and is going to do something. And I was so disappointed. So disappointed, but you don't know whether it's the individual who changes or the powerful tentacles of the politics.
It's the system that changes.
Exactly. So putting the person there may not have the effect that we want it to have, but then making sure that the system works. That's why I think Kina. Well, because we can put Kina there.
It wouldn't work. So first of all, I think that once we complicate or we mess up the conversation with the current state of Ghanaian politics, it gets really murky. The issue really is about commitment, vision, clarity, and resources, right? It's always about resources. Because if you have women be free, they are going to come forward. They are going to share those resources. And it's about the system that you have to support the people who are in there. But as representation is very important, see? So we are always having to choose between representation and effectiveness in delivering the programs that will give us the freedoms. So because it even not that it appears, the representation, we are not even equally represented. So what they do is they pick a woman and they stick her in the ministry. It doesn't matter whether she knows the issues. Now, basically, when we talk about women's rights or any kind of struggles rights, it's a technical issue. Every woman knows the sort of inputs they need in their lives to be free. And then the technical issues come in place with how you build the system to make women feel free, to give us access, to give us bodily integrity. We want workplaces where we are not being sexually harassed, so we need laws. It's a very technical thing. But it doesn't matter. if there is no commitment, because actually there is hardly any commitment on anything. So this is not just a women's rights issue. There is no commitment to anything. So they pick a woman and say, oh yeah, I think she'll be good. And then they stick her in that position. Now, what also happens is that there seems to be a lack of interest in the people who run our governments, all the ministers, in using actual technical work. And the resistance, I think, from my experience, is hardness at the women's ministry. It's like they appoint the minister, they put them in the room and say, those Messiafono, they are very difficult, so don't listen to them.
Deal with them.
In which case, look, if you're going to be a minister and you're not going to listen to women's movements, then go away, you are sunk. Because the women's movement and the people in it are the ones who are your technical advisors. I mean, who are you going to use to do this work? So there is that thing where it's like there is no commitment, you see. So we just stick somebody in the position and repeat the same patriarchal messaging we are trying to desperately free women from. The focus from women to gender. It is targeted. Because when you do not want to free, and Ghana practices targeted exclusion. No. You know, these are not things that are. Me, I am a student.
It's deliberate.
It's deliberate. Power being vested in men is deliberate. Power being vested in southern Ghanaians to the exclusion of northern Ghanaians is very deliberate. Power being vested in Christianity over Muslim, because they like to say we are the majority, is deliberate. Power being vested in able-bodied people to the exclusion of people who are this is all deliberate. It is deliberate because the systems we use, we inhabit those things. Now, when we got independence, we were supposed to decolonize. We didn't. So if you don't decolonize, then everything that you do just sits atop of this system. But in contemporary Ghana, not only have we not decolonized, all of these things are deliberate. So to the extent that Ghana has educated women, yes. But we are underperforming our own history. We were a country that introduced affirmative action way back then. We
had the first Chief Justice. But
it's
not happening to fit. It's not easy. Let me come. Parliament. First female Speaker of Parliament. First Attorney General, female. First Chief of Staff. You know, we've had
Have you had a Vice President?
President.
We haven't reached
Have you had a president?
If she has a wish, she'll just kick me.
I don't talk about these first because these first are really fantastic, but also it's about impact and economic power. The first always happens to women who have been very well educated. They are almost exceptional, right? But you want to look at what we would call ordinary Ghanaian women, ordinary Ghanaian girls. Is it easy to find a job? When you find a job, are you adequately compensated, or are you a victim of the wage gap? When you get into the workplace, do they take your views seriously? Are they sexually harassing you? Are the ways in which you can advance through your job, is it fair? Is it just? Or it's based on all oppressive systems?
Let me take a break. When we come back, we look at the way forward. You know, it's so frustrating that we can't even pause 25 years, pause to celebrate, but then we have to look at the next step. Whether we are changing strategy, we are going the same way, whether we are going to abandon it. The standpoint is sponsored by GTP. GTP says our style is ageless, our patterns limitless, and our designs are endless. Our beauty never fades. GTP, timeless. My cloth is by GTP. This is Adepa Dumas. It comes in 12 yards, but whatever yard you want, when you go to the market, they will just cut it for you. And my dress was made for me by Brie Redra. Thank you so much to her. Makeup by Maybelline New York. And then my face was polished. Our face were polished by Nax Beauty Studio. We take a break. When we come back, the way forward. Hi, my name is Ohineyere Gifty Auntie. I'm an author. Have you had your copies of my books yet? Yes. Currently, I have 3 books. One is already on the market, A Bit of Me. Now, A Bit of Me is arguably the most inspirational book when it comes to Ghana. Within a week, it became #1 on Amazon under the survival biographies category. Yes, that's how powerful it's been. Many testimonies have come out of it. Now, when I turned 50 recently on 23rd January, we came out with a special birthday edition of it. Nicely designed, as you can see. It has the kente, and that kente, by the way, is called Gifty Anti-Kente design on it. And then we have the gold 50th birthday edition embossed on it. So it's a special edition. It's out there. Now, my second and third books are 50 Nuggets at 50. The 50 Nuggets is about my 50 experiences in my 50 years on earth. 50 of my experiences on earth in the 50 years that I've been around. I mean, you read, you think you know me, you'll be shocked. You know, you will laugh, you will cry, but you get to know me better, and you get to know yourself better as well. And the third book, I call it The Best of You. The best of you. The slogan for the hashtag for my Facebook, A Bit of Me, is be the best version of yourself. The best of you encourages you to bring out the best in you. I mean, you can see yourself through this book as if you're looking through the mirror. It's just to encourage you, to motivate you daily. Short quotes, but they are very powerful to keep you going. So please, we have the vendors on screen now. Get in touch with them. Get your copies of it. If you're watching this before March, the two books, 50 Nuggets at 50 and The Best of You, will be available at the first week of March. But until then, you can call 0543-618182 and pre-order those two books. The 50 Nuggets at 50 comes in hardcover. So yes, it's a very special book as well. And then when it's out in March, you can contact any of the vendors and you get your copies to read and to enjoy. Remember, it's all about you. Today's readers are tomorrow's leaders. We all aim to be the best of ourselves. Thank you. To the standpoint. Well, have you had your copies yet? Yes, 50 Nuggets at 50 is out. The Best of You is also out. So now we have three books. A Bit of Me, 50 Nuggets at 50, and The Best of You. I mean, I'm sitting by Kina. You know, Kina, when is your book coming out? Papa. Oh, my books are what training Nara. Why your book soon? Oh, can you imagine?
Oh, yeah, very soon.
And then, of course, if you want to support the charities, Girl in Need Foundation, I would answer reading project, and then Happy Feet, please. You can send us a Momo on 0544-844-122, 0544-844-122. One day we'll be asked, what did we do? Once we still have breath, once we still have the energy, once we still have the ability to acquire knowledge and fight on, what is it going to be 25 years on?
Well, I think we still need to do a lot of mobilization and organizing. Like today, it's good to have young women here. We need to have a lot of mentorship program, and we need to be deliberate about it. We don't need to shy away from telling them the truth, like Kina mentioned. We have to let them understand that you do not get what you want by massaging the egos of people. They still won't give it to you if they won't give it to you. You have to, it's your right. Take it. Nobody will give, especially if you're a woman, nobody will give it to you easy like that. And two other things that I would want to talk about is the issue of representation and going beyond that. I think representation is not enough, and it doesn't help women. Your status,
But it matters.
It matters. It's the first step.
Yeah.
But the status and the capacity in which you are in the room representing a group is very important.
Yeah.
I say this because most of the time you find women in the room, their status is observership status. And they will tell you it's the first step. We will get there. We will get to a point where she becomes a delegate. Now you are an observer, they are discussing issues of women, you talk about it, you make all the points, we have to vote on it, you do not have a vote. Now you have to now go around again to lobby the men in the room to vote on an issue that you are passionate about. So I think that it goes beyond representation to the status and the participation of the person.
Ajwa, you are with Wise. Wildaf, at least I can talk from the part of Wildaf. I'm not really involved, but I've seen situations where Wildaf had the information, willing to train, willing to support, and what happens? Ajwa, I come back to you. You say your thing.
We need to find a way, right? And I don't know if democracy has helped Ghana, honestly, but that's another discussion
For another day.
Yeah, but I think that as women, as we are celebrating women 25 years, yes, we still have a long way to go. But let's look at the little gains that we have picked
made.
up,
Okay.
and then celebrate those ones. But by all means, let's look at how we can support women in positions. Because sometimes, and I was in this training workshop, some lady said, I was standing for, I think, some TUC or something position, and this person said she won't vote for me. So I'm like, why won't you vote? No, she can't. Let the men go. I'm talking about last week. This is the
And
way
this
we
is a
have,
woman telling you that let the men go.
Yes,
Let
this
the
is
men
the
go.
way we have been socialized. We assume that we all know. Sometimes we also have this, the fact that she's a woman doesn't mean that she'll do what we need her to do. It's true. But can we wait? Where do we stop? Where do we start?
Right.
We need to do it hand in hand.
Right.
So when a woman is in that position, as women, let's support her to achieve. Because if she doesn't, they will say all women have failed.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what relationship you have with that person.
But you heard the arguments I'm putting up.
absolutely.
And I'm putting it because that is what is always being used.
Yes.
That when they go, what do they do?
Yes.
When they, you even want to organize conferences, they won't turn up. You want to training workshop, they won't turn up. You know, people use that to say that, well, then it's not worse.
But Gifty, how does that change the situation?
Good question.
In the absence of nothing, bad is good.
Yeah.
So that person,
I like that.
Exactly. So that person is there. We have the opportunity. Let's do what we can. Because if we are saying that, oh, they get there and they don't know us, they get there and, the men also do it. Nobody talks about that.
Right.
But until we keep supporting them, making them realize that, yes, we know that you have to, stay in power, do the thing. But this is what we're talking about. You have gone there, you are behaving like the men. You're not helping us. So start behaving like the way we're expecting you to behave. And we'll be there to support you.
Kina, in conclusion, this is an election year. Yes, definitely 25 years. We've come a long way. There have been some successes. We deserve to celebrate. We deserve to take a break and look back and say that, remember the hassles we've been through, the things that have been thrown at us, and we've survived. But then, what would you say is the one thing that has really been the challenge that keeps drawing us back?
I think what hasn't changed at all would be the patriarchal system, the power structure. As a feminist, I know I'm in a struggle. I don't think a lot of women know that you are actually in a struggle. You are in a struggle. And you have to behave as people in a struggle. When you are in a struggle, you need to educate yourself however you can get. Women who are raped, right? The shame doesn't come because of the rape.
No.
The shame comes because of reactions.
Shame.
So we women must stand guard against rape culture.
Yeah.
So if you find yourself, if somebody comes to you and you say, my friend, I was raped, or this man is harassing me, if you find those silent society in your head. Don't ask her what she was doing. What did you? Because no woman can do anything to bring on oppression. It's just coming.
Yeah.
It's not about what you wore. It's not about how you walked. It's not about how shapely you are. It's not about anything.
No.
It's about power.
Yeah.
And where you are put in that power situation, that's not your fault. It's the system. But you need to be aware so that you can be where that power and how it manifests in other people's lives, where that stops. We need to think about ourselves differently so that we can help our friends, our sisters, our mothers. And then when the systems she talks about comes, we are not going to be totally free without laws that are implemented, without a whole bunch of things, then we are ready. Even if we decided to speak on 3 different things with one voice, it will change. They depend on us to police each other, don't police women.
How are we going to ensure implementation now? Because I believe implementation is one of our challenges.
Absolutely. In fact, it's the only challenge. We know what to do. We know what to do. Implementation is our only challenge. And that's why I would appeal to you, the younger generation. First off, like Ina said, this is a struggle. You're in a struggle, whether you like it or yes, you're in it. You have to take steps to liberate yourself and then liberate other people. Because the generation coming after you will hold you responsible. You really need to do it. I know that for some of you, I don't know about those of you in here, but I know for some other younger ones, they look at us, the older ones, and our lives are nothing to write home about. So why should they even do it?
Don't be. I remember it used to be. Don't be like Gifty. You won't get a man to marry you.
I don't have what I think that I want, not necessarily what I need, because all I need is life. I don't have what I want, but I'm happy that every day I take a step to make another human being feel more human.
Yeah.
Sometimes all a woman needs, a woman who's been abused, all she needs is to be listened to.
Yeah.
You don't judge her. You acknowledge the fact that she has strength and has gone through it.
Yeah.
She walks away with a smile, you have done it.
Yeah.
That's what your life is about. How can I live my life such that another person will benefit? And all these things that we are doing, even for you, you might not benefit from those efforts of your struggle. But your children's children, I don't know when the world is going to end. But somebody, because we are also benefiting from what others
exactly.
We can only build on it. And as for the implementation, we just have to keep, because at the end of the day, as civil society, we can do our part. But the buck stops with the government. So in whatever ways that we can, let's get them to do what they need to do.
On that note, happy International Women's Day to all of you. Thank you so much. Of course, I'll be back with a bit of me, but the struggle continues.
And thank you to you too for all that you do.
It's been 12 years. It hasn't been easy.
You are just fantastic for us. I mean, you're way Jumanti and but for always giving the platform, for always giving us the space, which leads to your own freedom, and for being you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And we are going. Heaven knows where we are going. We know we will. We'll be back. Ah, 25 years since Beijing. 25 years. Of course, it started, way before Beijing. Way before Beijing. But Beijing has become sort of a reference point for a lot of us, my generation, and maybe the generation before me. But it's been a struggle. It's been a journey. It's been a process. But the time has come for us to know, to let our young ones also know, to let the women, the men, the young ones, the children, the born and are yet to be born know that everything, success, can only be achieved when you make the deliberate effort to achieve it. So yes, be deliberate about everything. This struggle is not just for me. If it's just Gifty Auntie, if it's just Kina, if it's just Ajwa, we are okay. We can stand our own. But then it's for our children. It's for our children's children. And when we say it's not just our biological children, but the younger ones, so that they will live in a better place. Listen, you may think that you have it all, but your child will grow up in a society. Even if you build all the companies in the world, your child, if she comes to head it, will be working with some men or some women who are not empowered. So please, it's not just about us. It's not just about an individual. It's not just about a group of women. It's about all of us. Our collective role. We need to be involved. This is the era of knowledge. If you don't understand, please read. And stop tagging feminist. I'm a feminist. I'm a Christian. I'm a wife, not just a wife, married to a chief, a village chief. I'm a traditional woman. I'm a mother. I'm a sister. I'm a cousin. I'm a role model. I'm a feminist. Because I know somebody fought for me to be able to stand here to have the voice. And God didn't give me this voice just to eat and to sing, which I can't, or to talk, which I think I'm good at, but to also struggle, fight for others to make this world a better place. Listen, we can't do it. I've told you this before. When I broke my leg in April 2019, my eyes were open to so many things. Having to depend on just one leg. That is our society now. We cannot develop. We cannot achieve our dreams. We cannot reach where we want to go if we decide to depend on just one leg, only the men, and let the women be limping in the system. We have what it takes. We have what it takes. It's time for us to rise, women, and take what belongs to us. It's not about blues. It's a fight, but yet fight with the brain. Fight with the heart. Fight with your passion. Fight by standing up for what is right. And we'll get there. Of course, I'm still a woman with super crazy faith in God, but I know He has given me wisdom. And thank God. You know what? My feminism sometimes comes from the Bible. There's the story of Deborah. There's the story of Abigail. There's the story of Esther. So please, don't let us allow people to use religion. And when you go to Islam, they are there. There's the story of Nana Fatima. There's a story of one of the wives of the Prophet Muhammad, Khadijah. And then there was one that I hear gave him advice when he came to war. He was at war, and I think he was confused, was afraid. And then his wife, one of his younger, Aisha, was the one who gave him advice. When you read the Quran, the power that it gives to you as a woman is in there. And when you are empowered, you do what is right. Don't be afraid. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. And happy International Women's Day to all of us. Know that we are worthy. We have what it takes. We have rights. And we deserve to live and live happily. See you same time next week. Bye for now.